The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you.
Hey, all work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for wherever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in a stretcher. Fuck the comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chilling in the desert, I'm good under pressure. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about. All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for wherever, I'll be front and center. Quick to sever, however, whoever. Raining from above, we shooting down through your umbrella. Ay, getting fed up, nothing you could tell us. Snapping every shot I take, just wait till it develops. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about.
Yo nigga about that paper.
RINGOTV.
Yo nigga about that paper. Yo nigga about that paper. Yo nigga about that paper.
RINGOTV.
Yeah. True man, I'm free, I wake up a new episode. I pop out clean and skip me up a level though. She talk to me like I'm not me, I get it though. Yeah, I'm so eclectic, on me to the credits roll. Talk down to me, they might have to send medical. I'm out the league, I'm OD, they pathetic though. Look how I move, I'm protected. Shawty so swoon in my presence. The world going through it outside, they unruly, but I keep it cool, they can't press me. I keep it pure with intention. They see what I'm on, ain't no vixen. I might like do it that top down. I keep it tuned with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga. Look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid. I don't see a thing. Nigga about that paper.
RINGOTV.
Yo nigga about that paper. 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 Hop on that jet, had to switch to the coast. One of a kind, I've been playing that role. They pay me to play me, I needed it for. It's real if I said I meant what I spoke. I'm legend, it's written, I shake up the city. Spin block till I'm dizzy, won't ever go broke. I'm chose, I must like do it a top down. I keep in tune with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga. Look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid. I don't see a thing about that paper.
RINGOTV.
Yo nigga about that paper. Yo nigga about that paper. Yo nigga about that paper. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Big bag, but if it's the sky, no stress. Can't ground me, I know this since when I had less. Look at how far we progress. Fluid, I don't see a threat.
Welcome to the stream. RINGOTV reactions. Make sure you get the likes up one time as soon as you come in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We have an awesome show for you. You know, I told you guys the other day, I did a reaction video. Well, I didn't even do a reaction video to it yet, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I did a video on 50-50, and you know, a lot of women, they got in their feelings. People were getting upset left and right. And I want to address that particular video because we're going to do a reaction to the actual woman who put out some content. And I want to share my thoughts about that because when it comes to this topic, we got to break it down the right way. When it comes to dating, relationships, marriage, it's a big mess. And it's a mess because all the wrong people are giving you advice. I mean, you got women out here that got no husband trying to give you ladies advice. Then you got men who got no wife, no results, no history of success trying to give you guys real world advice. And what you get is a bad situation. Because I try to warn you guys 1,000 times that content creators, they're just trying to make $1. And don't get me wrong, everybody want to make $1. But they're not giving you real world advice. Like, for example, a female content creator, her job is just to make you women paranoid regarding men. In other words, she's going to say all the things that you want to hear. Because that's what's going to make you click on the video. It's going to make you tune in. It's going to make you subscribe. Then you got the guys. They're going to tell you, brothers, exactly what you want to hear to make you hate women. Oh, these women ain't ish, blah, blah, blah. And to keep the money coming in. And they do this all the time. But see, on RINGOTV reactions, we give you nothing but the truth. So that being said, let's get right into the content. Let's react to this particular video here. This is coming out of Instagram. And some of y'all might know who this woman is. As soon as I heard the video, I started laughing. Because I'm like, oh boy, here we go again, guys. So hey, take a look at the video, guys, and we're going to pretty much break this thing down.
The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you. I gotta let the doctor cut me open, split me open. I gotta go through all that traumatic experience by myself. I can't tell that man, you know what? You lay on this table and you let the doctor cut you open. Or you push. Open both of your legs and I want you to push. Don't stop pushing. You know what that man gonna tell me? You were created to give life. God created your vessel to nurture. So if God created me to give life, what did he create you to do? Provide and protect. And so because I know my birthright, I'm not going to allow a man to destiny swap with me. I'm not going to allow a man to live a soft, feminine life. That is my birthright. Your birthright is to be a leader, a ruler, a protector, a provider. And when you are those things, I will submit to you. I will respect you. I will honor you. I will value your opinion. I will listen to you. But you can't get my respect trying to be in my pockets.
What you talking about, Willis?
Because I'm going to pull my weight. I'm not going to ask for help when it's time for labor and delivery. I'm going to do what I got to do to push your seed in the earth, to keep your last name living for generations to come. I'm going to do my part. So I want to ask you as a man, are you going to do your part? Are you going to provide, protect, or lead? Because if you can't do that, you can't access a woman like me. And women, you have to stop giving children to men who cannot create a safe place for your femininity to thrive. I need all my ladies to comment below and say, I know my birthright. Come on. Comment below and say, I know my birthright. You can't trick me out of it. You can't destiny swap with me. You can't convince me. No. I know what I was created to do. And I'm not asking for your help when it's time to do my part. So I need you to pull your weight and be a man and stop being weak. Any man who is jealous of a woman's birthright, he is feminine and sassy. The reason...
You know, guys, I mean, where do we begin with this mess right here, guys? Like, where do we begin with this one, guys? In case you're joining in the show, we are talking about the 50-50 debate. I got a lot of stuff to break down. This woman is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Now, the women, they love her, right? But we're going to break this thing down the right way. Now, when it comes to dating and relationships, we have a major mess. A lot of people are single. A lot of people are basically trying to get into relationships. There's a lot of debate on 50-50. We have men saying, hey, you know, in today's day, it's a different time. You know, it's expensive. The cost of living, blah, 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 blah. Women got to have jobs, X, Y, and Z. Then you got the women. They're like, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want no 50-50. I want a man to be a provider, but yet she has a job. You know, you ladies got to really make up your mind. I mean, if you want a man to be the provider, right, why do you have a job? I know why you have a job. That's called Plan B. In other words, your money stays in your account. It grow while you spend off all his money, right? That is unacceptable. But we're going to get into some very, very interesting stuff, guys. So if you haven't already, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So let's kind of break this thing down slowly so we could get the understanding of what's going on, because I'm going to get into some biblical things based on the Bible. I'm going to talk about relationships, marriage, dating, and so on and so forth. I'm going to show you how she's manipulating people. And it's not a knock to her. I mean, she's just not informed. She don't have a man leading her. You know, I'm going to also talk to women that have success in terms of women that got money, women that got materials. I'm going to show you that if you're a woman and you have like a lot of materials, like you're doing pretty well financially, you're going to be single for the rest of your natural life. I know you're disappointed. But you got to hear me out. Don't be so quick to get in your feelings. If you hear me out, you'll begin to learn something. Again, I'm a man with results. That doesn't mean I don't got issues. That doesn't mean like, you know, I don't have arguments. I don't have down days. You know what I'm saying? I go through the good, the bad, the ugly, just like anybody else do. The problem is I know exactly how to maintain a relationship. I know what it takes to survive and get through. Whereas other people throw in the towel, other people are worried about money all day and they argue about dumb stuff. And you know, it's just a lot of problems. I have the solutions and the advice that can save you. But the problem is with a lot of women, if you have money, if you have any sort of success, it's going to be difficult for you to actually be with a man. That particular woman, you know, she's living her worst life right now. I mean, best life right now. You know what I mean, right? She's living her worst life right now because, you know, she's a content creator, probably got some sort of business or whatever the case is, probably got a nice car, nice apartment, house, whatever the case is. So she's at that level where she's feeling herself. And don't get me wrong, ladies, nothing wrong with you having success. The problem is when you have this particular success, you limit your options when it comes to being with a man long term. Why? Because you want a man to be at your level. And it seems as if though every man you run into, he's never good enough because you judge him based on finances. You don't judge him based on, oh, his character as a man, how he treats you. You don't judge him by that. You judge him by money, and then if you can't control the man, then you throw in the towel. Similar to the situation with DDG and Holly Bailey. Holly Bailey thought because she's young, because she's pretty, and all of that other stuff, that somehow she could control that man. But DDG got money too. So at the end of the day, she can't really control him. He's going to go out there, deal with other women. And typically today's modern woman, she want you guys to be on a leash like a dog while she control you wherever you go. And I tell you ladies all the time, you're never going to be able to control a man. So the best thing you can do is learn how to coexist with a man. Let him be a man. Be thankful that you have a companion in your life and keep it going. But you don't want to do that. So it's like the more money you make as a woman, the less likely you're going to be in a long-term relationship. I just need you to understand that. That's what you're signing up for, because you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy because you want total control. You can't tell me you want a man that's going to be a provider if you're making all this money and you feel that your money is your money, but for some reason he got to provide for you. That doesn't make any sense. We either in this together or we're not. This is why I suggest that no man get married in today's day. If you're a man and you're viewing this live, I don't recommend that any of you brothers ever get married. Not in this time. We're living in the wrong time right now to get married. Wrong time. The best advice I can give any man and woman, if you're willing to take the advice, is that because women work, because women earn money, let her stay by her place, right? Let her drive her car, do her own thing, pay her own bills. I'll stay over here by my little shotgun apartment, right? I'll stay there, and I'll do my thing, and we could kind of link in the middle and meet up. And that way she could go back to her life, I could go back to my life. Because if you live with each other in today's day, and then you say to yourself, okay, we're going to go get married, eventually it's going to fall apart. It's going to fall apart because in today's culture, women have been trained to be single, even though they're sleeping around. And if it don't apply, let it fly. If you know your legs is not split like the Red Sea, it don't make no sense you getting upset with me. The truth of the matter is, women have been accustomed to being single and providing for themselves. So even though they say stuff like they want a man to be a provider, they're lying. They really don't. They want to be the man. They want to be the boss in the relationship. And the more money she make, the more likely she's going to want to take control over you. This is why most of the time when you see women that got money, the man that she's normally with, he's not making no money, or he don't even have a job. She normally lets him drive her car. He live in her house, her apartment, whatever the case is, and she's taking care of him. All she's requiring out of him is loyalty in terms of, you can't be with no other woman. I don't want to hear no bad news about you cheating on me or any outside pregnancies or whatever the case is. And in most cases, you have guys that will submit to a woman like that who's ruling over him. You get it? So when you listen to this particular woman that we're going to review, I need for you to understand she's going to remain single for the rest of her life. And I hope she's listening, because I love to challenge these female influencers. I love challenging you guys, because your success and your beauty or whatever you want to hide behind, that's not going to keep a man in today's day. It's not. Because we all know that all of that stuff is fading. In today's culture, men are looking for peace, not how beautiful you think you are. I'll take a woman who's a 6 or a 5, who have a great personality. She look good when she style herself, but she don't have to be a supermodel. I'll take her over all you ladies that think you the ish. I'll take her over you. As long as she has that type of personality and that good vibe that brings me peace, I'll deal with her. Because I don't got no time for a vain woman who think it's all about her looks, and you're getting older. I mean, it don't make no sense. So let's get into the content, guys. Let's break this thing down. Let's get into this.
The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you. I gotta let the doctor cut me open, split me open. I gotta go through all that traumatic experience.
See, first of all, the doctor is not supposed to be splitting you open, number one. You're supposed to birth the baby. See, that's the problem in today's culture. Women are always getting split open. God Almighty did not set the system up for a doctor to pretty much cut you open, getting these cesarean sections. That was never his intent. And a lot of you ladies literally damages your body that way. Some of you got so messed up that you're unable to get pregnant because you can't hold the baby because you got zipped open so many times. It's just really, really bad. So for her to say this, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Let me rewind that back. Let's go.
The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you.
It's not meant for you to split. You're a woman and I'm a man. Like, what she's saying makes no logical sense. It makes no sense. Now, she thinks that she's intelligent and smart, and she might be an intelligent lady. I'm not saying that she's not. Just in this case, she's not. You understand? You're a woman. Your job is to get pregnant. That's your job. So there's no way you can use that as an example when it comes to the 50-50 debate. The 50-50 debate is not talking about you carrying a baby. You understand? It's talking about a man and a woman working together. Something that today's modern woman don't want to do. She want a man to go out there and slave and work and toil while she sit home eating bonbons and just being pretty all day. And that's not the case. Because guys, I'm going to tell you, if you get married to a woman in today's day, right, you're going to have nothing but problems. I'm telling you right now, if you get married in today's day to a woman, you're going to have nothing but problems. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody fool you into thinking that, you know, when you're married, everything is it's just a good time. Everybody's just having a great time. No, it's responsibilities. Responsibilities. You know, a lot of drama, a lot of nonsense. It's just a headache. It's just you're all over the place. You got to try to make this woman cooperate with you. A lot of times women just don't cooperate. You got to have a lot of arguments, a lot of cussing, a lot of arguments, a lot of fighting. And we're not talking about physical violence or anything like that. It's just that when you're in a relationship or a marriage or whatever the case is, it's going to be a headache. And this is why I'm recommending that all you guys that are listening to me right now, never get married. Don't even do it. Deal with women accordingly. In other words, if you have a woman and you're seeing her, you let her know, look, I'm not trying to get married. I'm not trying to do that. We could kick it. We could chill. We can, you know, be companions. And you got your own space. You got your own house, whatever. Let's just keep it like that so we could keep the peace. That way we're separated. That way when we see each other, it's like we want to be around each other. It's like in today's culture, when you take a woman and a man and put them together under the same roof, it's like she just get bored. She want to leave. She want to do this. She want to do that. But now if she got her own space, you got your own space, there's a separation. This is why when you're really married and you live together, a lot of you don't understand this. You're really not supposed to be sleeping in the same room. Did you get that? If you're a man and a woman and you're married, you're not supposed to have the same room. You're supposed to have your room. She's supposed to have her room, meaning you have your own space. And when you link up in the house, you know what link up mean. You can either go to her quarters or she could go to yours. Do you get what I'm saying? But she should have her own space and you have your own space. That separation is needed. If you're in the same space, that's not cool. Do you understand? It's like with us men, we have what is known as a man cave. We need our man cave to get away. You understand? A woman need her own space in the house where she can freshen up, do her little woman thing, got her clothes all over her, makeup, hair, perfume, lotions. The whole room is feminine. You see that? That's how it's supposed to be. So I don't recommend men in today's day, especially you young guys coming up in the game. I don't care how that woman look. I don't care how she make you feel. Don't take her down the aisle. You're going to regret it. You're going to break up because in today's culture, sad to say, women are not equipped to remain in a relationship long term. And the only time they understand what is right from wrong is when they get older. Meaning, I'm not saying that women are incapable of having a marriage or being in a relationship. It's only going to happen when they reach a certain age, primarily in their late 40s, early 50s. And by then, it's too late. By then, market value goes down, probably got a couple of kids. Today's guy is just not interested in her in terms of marriage. But this is normally when a woman want to settle down. It's when she's in her 40s, 50s. Nobody want you at that point. And I'm referring to marriage. You may be a woman who's fairly attractive in your 40s and 50s. You might still be attractive. But when we're talking about marriage, we're talking about family development. At that point, a man is not going to settle down with you for that. He'll get with you to screw, right? A man will get with you to sleep with you, but not to take you down no aisle. Any man doing that when you're 40 and 50, something wrong with him. He must be ultra thirsty. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back at the content. Let's go.
The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you. I got to let the doctor cut me open, split me open. I got to go through all that traumatic experience by myself.
And you're supposed to go through it by yourself because that's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says, guys. Let me see if I can bring that up for you, because a lot of times ladies don't understand the scriptures and what goes on. So let me bring it up, because this lady don't understand the Bible. She appears to be religious based on what I'm hearing, because she was talking about the Bible. She was talking about some Christian stuff in some of her clips. I'm going to do a lot of reaction videos with her because she's an interesting character. But let's bring this up on the screen. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16 and 19. It says, "Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow at thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children." That's what God said. He said, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over you. That's the part women don't like, is the rule over thee. They don't like that part. That's why anytime they get into relationships, they always say, oh, you know, men are controlling and they just want to be controlling. Well, a man is supposed to control you if he's ruling over you. But now, if you notice in the scriptures, it says that women, this is the particular curse due to sin, right? Now, most of you ladies might be asking, what do you mean sin? We didn't bring no sin in the world. Let's see what the Bible says about that. According to Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 24, it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Do you see that? Right from the Bible, right from the scriptures. But when you bring this forward, women don't want to hear that. They'll just say you're bashing women, you hate women, your mama black. You know, even though I got a wife and 4 daughters, they will still find a way to say, oh, you hate women. Just because you're speaking the truth. Just because you're speaking the truth, guys. This is what they'll do to you. So based on the scriptures, women brought sin into the world. And because of women, we will all die. That's just what the Bible says, guys. So now it goes on and it says, unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow, thou shalt bring forth children. That explains your labor pains, going through all of that stuff, having these crazy doctors try to pump epidural in your system. By the way, I don't recommend no lady take that epidural. You know what I'm saying? I suggest you just give natural birth. Don't let them do all of that stuff, because if you take the epidural, trust me, if you're trying to avoid pain, eventually they're going to end up zipping you open and you're going to have a cesarean section. That's their goal. It makes them more money. Hospitals ain't going to tell you this, but A C-section makes the hospital more money. You understand? And they're always trying to get black women primarily to get with that program. So it says, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be for thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Now, unto the man, it says, and unto Adam, he said, because thou hearkeneth unto the voice of thy wife. Now, listen to what the Most High said. The Most High started off his judgment on the man by saying unto Adam, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife. See, as men, we're not supposed to hearken unto the voice of our wife. We're not supposed to. I understand this woman is doing her content. That's how she's paying the bills. It is what it is. But a man is not supposed to be listening to her try to teach them what they need to do, or if you have a wife and she's leading you. A woman should not be leading you as a man. It's not supposed to be leading you. Because of that, that is why Adam fell into sin. It says, and unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life. Now, notice he said, cursed is the ground. Now, why the ground? Because the ground is where we get all our fruits, vegetables, and everything, all the herbs and spices. All of that stuff is grown through seed time and harvest time. It says, thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground, for out of it was thou taken, and dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. So the curse that came on Adam was he would have to work the ground, meaning he would have to work and toil in order to get a harvest. It didn't say that Adam had to be the breadwinner. It didn't say that Adam had to go get a 9-to-5. It didn't say that Adam had to do this. It didn't say Adam had to do nothing. What it said is because Adam is the farmer, he would have to work the ground in order to get a harvest. It's just like when you have a lot of farmers out right now, it takes a lot of work for them to plant seed and get a harvest. It takes a lot of work. And because of the curse that came upon Adam, all throughout generations to come, they're trying to create new methods in order to grow food. This is why you have genetically modified foods right now, because man in his finite wisdom is trying to figure out another way to grow food without doing it the natural way, because they're tired of toiling and struggling and suffering. That's why you have all this GMO and all this other mess that is out here right now. You understand? So based on these scriptures, the curse that is on the woman is that she's going to go through labor pain. We can't split that 50-50. And if you wanted to really be technical when it comes to all of that other stuff, then why the woman don't go out and do the work in the field? Why the woman ain't building the infrastructure? Women didn't build the infrastructure that we see in the world today. Women are not on skyscrapers building these buildings and building the tracks and doing all this other stuff. They're not doing any of these things. You understand? Men are doing these things. So I think that her example in regards to childbearing doesn't make any logical sense. And let me go through some more scriptures, guys, before we get back into the content. Right, according to 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11 to 14 from the New Living Translation Bible, it says, women should learn quietly and submissively. I do not let women teach men or have authority over them. Let them listen quietly. For God made Adam first, and afterward he made Eve. And it was not Adam who was deceived by Satan, the woman was deceived, and sin was the result. Do you see that, ladies and gentlemen? The woman is supposed to learn quietly. Adam wasn't deceived by the devil. It was Eve. And the reason why Eve was deceived is because she's the weaker vessel. And because Eve was deceived and took of the fruit, it was easy for the devil to get Adam to fall because Adam was hungry. And you know how women are. Hey, I cooked something for you. Hey, I got some fruit right here. Oh, great. Let me get this fruit. Boom. Then sin. He realized he was naked. Adam wasn't deceived. You see, it was Eve that was deceived because she was listening to the devil the whole time. But let me look at some more of these scriptures in different translations. 1 Timothy 2:11-14 from the Amplified. Basically the same scripture, but from the Amplified Bible. It says, a woman must quietly receive instruction with all submissiveness. Now notice, this is what the Bible says. So why aren't women being submissive? Why? Because they don't want to listen to the word of God. It says, I do not allow a woman to teach or exercise authority over a man. This is why God said unto Adam, because thou hearkeneth unto the voice of the woman. Once a man take heed to what a woman is telling him, he's already in sin. Because he was supposed to lead, you understand? Not take what the woman told him to do. See that? That's why God was upset with Adam. So it goes on and it says, a woman must quietly receive instruction with all submissiveness. I do not allow a woman to teach or exercise authority over a man, but to remain quiet in the congregation. For Adam was formed first by God from the earth, then Eve. And it was not Adam who was deceived, but the woman who was led astray and fell into sin. Women brought sin in this world, ladies and gentlemen. And because of that, we have to understand the scriptures, or else when it comes to dating and relationships, a lot of you ladies love taking all this advice from all these women influencers on social media. And what are you going to end up doing? Causing yourself more problems. Why? Because you're taking heed to what Eve is saying, and she's deceiving you constantly, right? Let's look at another translation from the King James Bible. The New King James Bible version. It says, let a woman learn in silence with all subjection. And I do not permit a woman to teach or have authority over a man, but to be in silence. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, fell into transgression. Now, once you put all of this stuff together as a woman, right, rather than getting in your feelings, rather than getting mad at Ringo, rather than wasting your time, do you follow God? Because a lot of women act like they follow God, but they don't follow God. They follow the devil. And it's like when I speak, you get possessed by the devil and you start to lash out on me. Because once you open the book and you hear what it says, you're supposed to humble yourself as a woman and say, you know what? You got a point, Ringo. You're bringing out the scriptures. I appreciate the message. I'm just going to keep listening, and I'm not going to pretty much interrupt. I'm just going to hear what you got to say and find out if it's lining up. So now, based on that, there's no way a man can split a pregnancy 50-50. So what she's using here is called manipulation. She's using manipulation to manipulate the women into thinking that she's being deep, like she's speaking some spiritual laws. That's not what the scripture said. The scriptures gave the woman what she's being punished with and what the man is being punished with. Both the man and the woman were punished by God. So going through labor pains and struggling with contractions and all that other stuff, that's a part of the curse. That's a part of the judgment that came upon women. That's why y'all deal with these issues. That's why you cry in pain giving birth. You understand? That lets you know how true the Bible is, right? So now, let's get back at the content. Let's put it back at the beginning here and let's go.
The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you. I got to let the doctor cut me open, split me open. I got to go through all that traumatic experience by myself. I can't tell that man, you know what? You lay on this table and you let the doctor cut you open.
Why would the man lay on the table to be cut open for? What kind of sick nonsense is this? You see, this is manipulation, guys. This is what Lucifer does, and it keeps men and women separated. Now, if you notice, again, this particular influencer will never teach you ladies to come to God, repent of your sins, become a wife in terms of understanding your role. She would lose followers like that. I'm telling you guys how social media is. Influencers never will give you the truth. They hide the truth because that is how they stay in business. You understand? That's how they stay in business. They're never going to tell you what you need to do. Only on RingoTV Reactions, we're going to break down all of this stuff and give you the truth one time.
Or you push. Open both of your legs and I want you to push. Don't stop pushing.
That's perverted. Why would you use perversion? Why would you use something that doesn't make sense? Saying that a man need to get on a table and open his legs and push is perversion. That's not the will of God. God did not put a man to birth babies. So now she's dabbling in perversion. And what's happening is a lot of women will listen to that and think that that's something deep. Like, yeah, she's making a lot of sense. That's not making any sense whatsoever. That's misleading to our women.
You know what that man gonna tell me? You were created to give life.
Actually, a man is not going to tell you that you were created to give life. It is actually us men who are the givers of life. You're just a seed carrier. You see, I don't know if you ladies understand this, but a man have a nut sack, which is a natural organic incubator that holds millions of sperm cells. Every man that is walking this earth have generations upon generations of legacy in his nutsack. He's carrying around a bag of seeds, millions of seeds. Every man have life in him. In your womb right now, ladies, there is no life. It's a desert. There's nothing there. A man is the one who plant the seed of life in your womb. You're the ground. I'm the farmer. I plant seed. And when a man lay pipe on your back, he plants seed. He becomes the farmer. You're the ground. That's it. You're not the giver of anything. You're not, no. See, Satan have deceived you. The man is the giver of life. And that's something you don't want to deal with. And that's why we have so many problems today's day, because it's all competitive jealousy. A lot of times women are not even happy that they're a woman. They would rather be the man, you know? Shout out to Jonah TV for Life for the $5 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Jonah TV for Life for sponsoring the show.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, add it up, bankroll,
Yeah.
euro, peso, add it up.
Let's go.
The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you. I gotta let the doctor cut me open, split me open. I gotta go through all that traumatic experience by myself. I can't tell that man, you know what? You lay on this table and you let the doctor cut you open.
What you talking about?
Or you push. Open both of your legs and I want you to push. Don't stop pushing. You know what that man gonna tell me? You were created to give life. God created your vessel to nurture.
And that's something most women don't do. They don't nurture. This woman have never nurtured anything because she have no kids. She have no husband. So she cannot teach you ladies anything about nurturing. The only woman who can teach you ladies what it means to nurture are women who are actual mothers. She cannot teach you that. I'm sorry. She don't have no experience in that department. You know, normally in the workplace, they hire people with certain expertise based on their experience. This is where your resume comes in handy. She have no husband. She have no kids. She never been pregnant. She don't know what giving birth mean. So she cannot help no one. Do you understand me? And I see this happening all the time with these influencers, and I get it. They do content, but if you're a woman and you want real advice, you have to talk to people that actually know what they're talking about. You understand? She could come on camera, she could put the filters on, You know, she could put the filter, try to look perfect. None of that stuff. I'm not impressed with none of that stuff because I know that she's not qualified to actually talk about these particular issues. It's just not there. The expertise is not there. You know, she never been in labor. She don't know what contractions are, right? She's not in a marriage. So she have no experience whatsoever. So anything she tell you, ladies, is going to only be things to make you paranoid, to make you fearful, to make you doubt that a man is good or bad or whatever the case is. That's what she's going to do to you.
So if God created me to give life, what did he create you to do?
That's manipulation, because what she's basically using here is more manipulative tactics by saying, hey, my purpose from God is to give life. That's all she believe it is. Imagine this woman is literally telling ladies that her only purpose is to give life. So why aren't women doing that? They're not even doing that, but they want your money. Let's hear what she say regarding a man.
Provide and protect.
Provide and protect. In order for me to provide and protect, I would have to have total control over you. And that is something women aren't willing to hear. Now, ladies, if you have a job, a business, or whatever the case is, and you're making a heck of a lot of money, you want the man to still be the provider, even though you're providing. No. What happens with your money? Oh, I get it. You save your money while I spend mine. And that's where we are in today's dating world. Now, think about this. According to this particular lady, in her world, she's successful. On her Instagram, she flashed her cars, she flashed jewelry, she flashed her place where she lives, and she want everybody to see this lifestyle. You know, I don't even paint it. None of that stuff is impressive. Because I know that if this woman was really that great, she would have a husband. And I'm just being honest with you guys. A lot of women will never get married. Listen, when I tell you this, guys, she already knows she's not going to ever be married. She already knows that. She already made up her mind. I'm never getting married. It is what it is. But in order to sell these tickets on social media, I got to make women believe that I'm giving them some sort of real world advice, because with her level of success and the facade that she puts on and the smiles and the glitter and the materials, when you get married, all of that stuff is not going to be happening like that. It's not. A man is going to require you to be a wife. All that Instagram stuff, showing your tail, putting provocative photos, like... Because I've been on her Instagram and I looked at a couple of her pics. She got some pics with her laying down with her behind showing and all this other stuff. Like, when you do stuff like that as a woman, when us men see stuff like that, all we want to do is just pipe you down. I'm just being honest. So it's like, what exactly are you trying to attract? Are you trying to attract the husband, or you just want men to be thirsty? You know what I mean? Because people are always complimenting her on her looks. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're so beautiful. Tell her to take off the filter. That's all I'm saying. Take the filter away. Right? Well, let's get back to the content. Let's go.
And so, because I know my birthright.
Your birthright, it's a man who have a birthright. See, again, Eve is deceiving women by talking about birthright. You don't have no birthright. The man is the one with the birthright. See, this is the problem with social media. Men are the ones who have the birthright, not no woman. This is crazy, guys. Like, she's literally trying to be a man, guys. Nowhere in the Bible does it talks about a woman having a birthright. That has always been identified with a man, because he's the one who continues the legacy of the father's name and the bloodline. What birthright are you talking about?
I'm not going to allow a man to destiny swap with me.
Destiny swap. That's a talking point that I created. How many of y'all heard me say that 1,000 times? Destiny swap. Now she's saying that men want to destiny swap with women. Why would a man want to swap destiny with women? That's perverted. No man want to take on the role of a woman. That don't make no sense.
I'm not going to allow a man to live a soft, feminine life.
Do you see what she just did? She's basically saying that men want to live a soft, feminine life. What man at the sound of my voice want to live a soft, feminine life? Where is she getting that from? And now what that does, it misleads women into believing that all of these guys are feminine, they're weak, they can't provide, they're all bums. That's what she's selling these ladies. And keep in mind, a lot of these women that are
a provider. And when you...
Is the video going good, guys, or what? Put a 1 in the chat. Y'all got to communicate. Make sure that y'all up to speed on the live so that we can know that everything is good, because I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing some messages popping up, and I need to make sure everything is good, because sometimes I could be talking and you got to communicate with me so that I know where we at, because I don't want to repeat myself, because sometimes I might speak for 3 minutes and something was happening and it's not even being recorded by YouTube. That's why a lot of times it's good to just do pre-recorded videos and then upload them. When you stream in live, it can be really hectic. And I live in a rural area, so the internet is not good out here. You know what I mean? It really isn't. But let's get back at the content. Let me rewind that back a little bit and let's go.
Your birthright is to be a leader, a ruler, a protector.
I'm gonna rewind it a little bit because I don't want to make the mistake and we lost some good information. So let me kind of rewind it back a little bit.
To live a soft, feminine life.
It was around there where we left off. So let me go.
And so because I know my birthright, I'm not going to allow a man to destiny swap with me.
All right. We were talking about destiny swap. I said that's my talking point. And basically, destiny swapping is the wrong approach for her to say at that moment, because that would imply that a man want to be a woman, that a man want to give birth, a man want to be feminine. He wants to get his nails done. He wanted to be at the salons and getting a facial and all this other junk and just live this soft life. That's not true. Real men are not doing that. So I don't know what she means by destiny swap. She's in that moment, she's literally walking in a masculine role and she don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Any man that is listening to this would see a woman who's masculine. And I mean that with all due respect. You know what I mean? She could do all the feminine stuff. What I see is a woman who's masculine. You know what I'm saying? And she don't respect men at all.
I'm not going to allow a man to live a soft, feminine life.
She said she's not going to allow a man. So again, she's in control. She's the boss. She's ruling over that man. You see that? The way she's talking, she's not talking as a woman who's submissive. She's talking aggressive. You know what I mean? And what that does, it mislead women into being aggressive like her. Same thing. And this is why a lot of women remain single, because they don't know how to coexist with a man.
That is my birthright.
Birthright. Birthright only applies to men. Nowhere in the Bible does it talks about birthright regarding women.
Your birthright is to be a leader, a ruler.
Again, the Bible says, thou hearkeneth to the voice of a woman. And that's how sin was brought in. When Adam listened to his woman, he was in rebellion against God. She cannot tell you guys what your purpose is. If you want to know your purpose, you got to open the Bible. Don't let a woman tell you that your purpose as a man is to be a provider and a protector. Because if that's the case, why aren't today's women traditional? They're not traditional. They're not trying to get married. They're not trying to be a housewife. Traditional women didn't have 9-to-5s and businesses. They stayed at home and they raised the kids. Today's modern woman ain't trying to do that. So when she talk about you're the provider and protector, how come she's not being modern in terms of a woman who stays at home and you know, take care of the kids and take care of the house and plant the gardens? How come they're not doing that? They don't want to do that. They want to be a boss chick.
A protector, a provider. And when you are those things, I will submit to you.
That's wrong. What do you mean when you do those things, then I'll submit to you? This is why I'm telling you guys, don't get married. Don't do it. If you go out there and you marry today's woman, you're going to have nothing but problems, guys, because she's basically saying, hey, once you do those things, then I'll do this for you. Then I'll submit to you. Then I'll do that for you. That's all wrong, man. That's off. She supposed to did that from the beginning. And now what this says, guys, is this. That tells me that if she's willing to do those things for you once you get yourself together, then what happens when you lose those things? What happened if you got laid off from your job? Then she won't respect you no more. She won't even submit to you no more. So her love for you is not guaranteed. It's not, let me see. It's not, basically her love is conditional. It's based on the conditions. It's not unconditional love. It's conditional. You got to have this and have that. And the minute you lose it, she's out.
I will respect you. I will honor you. I will value your opinion.
So your opinion really don't matter if you can't provide. Meaning if you're not making enough money, then she won't respect you. And this is why I always tell you guys, if you're dating a woman who's making way more money than you, she don't respect you, right? Let's just talk about it straight. She don't respect you. Your opinion don't even matter because in her mind, she see you as not on her level. We hear women talk like this all the time. Oh, he's not on my level. You know, stuff like that. And it's really toxic and it's superficial.
A protector, a provider.
Let me rewind that back a little bit more so we could get context. Make sure y'all hit the like button, guys. We got to keep those likes going. We got 167 in the building, 148 likes. Let's get them likes up.
To live a soft, feminine life. That is my birthright. Your birthright is to be a leader, a ruler.
Women don't want men to lead. Again, women do not want a man to lead. Guys, if you're leading your woman and you say, hey, let's relocate to this state because we're going to go to this state. We're going to be able to start over. I'm going to make a lot of money. I got a job opportunity. And your woman don't want to go and says she want to stay because she don't want to leave family. Then she don't want to be left. She don't want to be lead. She don't want to be led nowhere. She want to control you. And this is a problem because when a man is leading you, you got to be willing to get up and go where he's going. If you're not going to do that, ladies, you don't really believe the things you're saying. I don't believe this woman believes anything that she's telling women. I think it's all a gimmick at the end of the day.
To live a soft, feminine life. That is my birthright. Your birthright is to be a leader, a ruler, a protector.
That sounds very interesting. Be a leader, be a ruler, be a protector. But the truth is, in order for me to do that, ladies, I have to have a certain level of control. Just like when you go to your 9 to 5, your supervisor control you, your boss control you, and you don't give them no back service. You don't give them no lip service, none of that stuff. You don't do none of that. You listen and you do as you're told. But for whatever reason, when it comes to you having a man, all of a sudden now you want to make him feel like he's wrong if he's trying to lead you.
A provider. And when you are those things.
When you are those things, what?
I will submit to you.
That's bad, guys. Imagine when you're those things, then she will submit to you. But notice, you got to be that provider first. Where in the Bible did it tell you as a woman to submit after a man do X, Y, and Z? It's not in the book. You're supposed to do that. She's basically saying she'll submit to you when you get yourself together. That's totally unbiblical.
I will respect you.
Again, she never respected you because the only time she respect you is when you got resources and money. So if you were to lose the money, if you was to go on hard times, got laid off from your job, got a sickness, an infirmity, she will bail out. She'll file divorce papers and she will leave, guys.
I will honor you.
She never honored you from the beginning because if she did, she would have been submissive to you. She's only honoring you once you get to a certain level of success.
I will value your opinion.
Your opinion don't even matter to her until she starts seeing money, guys. I'm just telling you straight up and down. And what's sad about this is people who watch this, they won't be able to see it unless I break this stuff down.
I will listen to you. But you can't get my respect.
Listen to Faith DS in the chat. She says, actually, we are the egg carrier. I mean, you listen, you ladies, man, you really have to repent and humble yourself when men are speaking and stop being rebellious. Your egg is dead in your womb. Do you understand me? Like literally, there's nothing there with this egg. What are you talking about? Like, the man is the carrier of life, and it's like you just can't accept that. Like, it's crazy, guys. It's really crazy. You can never speak truth around women, bro. They will always try to go over what you say to make themselves appear like they're the superior one. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says you are the weaker vessel. It's crazy, man. Let's get back at the content.
Trying to be in my pockets.
Did you hear what she just said? That men are trying to be in her pockets. Listen to this.
Into you. But you can't get my respect. Trying to be in my pockets.
You can't get my respect trying to be in my pockets. So in her mind, men are trying to be in her pockets, but isn't that what you're trying to do? You're trying to be in a man's pockets, but for some reason, you don't want him in your pockets. So what that tells me is that this woman is very selfish, which means what's hers is hers and what's yours is hers. That's unacceptable, guys. She should be willing to share. She's more focused on you taking what's hers. That's selfishness, man. So when I look at her, you know, I see a selfish woman. Sadly, I see a woman who's selfish, who's misleading other women, guys. That's what I see.
Trying to be in my pockets. Because I'm going to pull my weight.
How are you going to pull your weight if the man is trying to be in your pockets? How are you pulling your weight? And why would you say he's in your pockets? If you're together in a relationship, you're supposed to be pooling all the resources together so we could take care of these kids and take care of this house. It's not supposed to be a selfish thing of, well, this is mine and that's yours, because you're already divided. And a house divided against itself won't stand. That's what the scripture says. Shout out to Denise for the support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh, you matter what, add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up.
The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you.
That is actually a dumb idea, what she just said. Because there's nothing wrong with 50-50 in today's time. If you're working, this is why I'm saying, guys, if you're listening to me, if there's any advice you could take in today's day from any content creator, is this. Don't marry no woman. Best advice I could give you. If women can understand the concept of 50-50, then they're not worth marrying because they're selfish. They want you to do everything while they just sit on their behind all day. And I'm telling you that if you fell on hard times, that very same woman who claim, oh, you're the provider, you're the protector, she's going to lose all respect for you if you lost your job. She won't know how to pick up her weight to maintain the house. It's supposed to be the man and the woman building together. Together. That's why we don't have no black love. That's why we don't have no good relationships. It's like, it doesn't even make no sense. And it doesn't matter how attractive you might think you are, because she focused only on her looks on her Instagram. And it's like, it's a turnoff because that's all she focused on. I'm judging her based on character. I don't see a woman who's prepared for marriage. I don't see a woman who's prepared for a relationship. I just see her as a woman who's just waiting to compete with a man. Because in her mind, she feels she's better than any man. She believes all of you guys are average at best. Trust me, when women get to a certain level in terms of finances and resources, they really believe they don't have to hear nothing from no man. In other words, no man gonna tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Judah says she's pretty, but she's a headache. Yeah, but she's pretty with the filter on. With the filter on, it'll make any woman look pretty. She have like these videos on her social media. So I saw what she looked like before. You know what I'm saying? And actually, in my opinion, the before would be considered normal. The filter, I'm not with all this filter stuff because I'm telling you, when you see a woman in person, it's a totally different thing. You know? Let me see what's going on with this thing. Okay. All right, guys, let's get back into this. Let's go.
I gotta let the doctor cut me open, split me open. I gotta go through all that.
Let me rewind it back, fast forward it to where we were. I don't want to waste any time.
Because I'm going to pull my weight.
And make sure that you guys put a 1 in the chat and let me know that the video is good. Speak English. Don't do all of that circle emoji stuff because I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to communicate in English. You know what I'm saying? You just can't say we back or this. I don't know. Once the video go out, you got to let me know what's going on. Hey, the video's out, Ringo. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Don't do all of that other goofy stuff because I don't understand all of that stuff. Emotions, this, that. You got to speak English. You got to make it make sense.
I'm not going to ask for help when it's time for labor and delivery. I'm going to do what I got to do to push your seed in the earth.
She's talking about pushing your seed in the earth. This woman have no kids, no husband. So everything she's saying is just, it's comedy to me because, again, women know how to talk a good talk on social media, but she have not yet been proven to be that woman. So I already know it's cap. It's all cap, guys.
To keep your last name living for generations to come. I'm going to do my part.
Only if what?
So I want to ask you as a man, are you going to do your part? Are you going to provide, protect?
In order for a man to protect you, you got to listen to him. A man cannot protect you if you're cantankerous, argumentative, you're not submissive. It's not going to work, fam. You know? It don't make no sense, right? You got to be able to listen. And again, guys, when a woman have a certain level of success, man, I tell you, it's more difficult to deal with her because she feels as though you can't tell her nothing. Talk to any woman that got real money. It's going to be difficult. You know, it's going to be difficult for you to pretty much deal with her because she's going to feel she's better than you automatically, guys. Automatically.
Or lead. Because if you can't do that, you can't access a woman like me.
In other words, you can't sleep with her. She's saying that if you can't provide and protect, you can't sleep with her. So all you get, guys, for providing and protecting is you get to sleep with her. That's basically what she said, because she said you won't get access to me. What is access? To sleep with her. And to be honest, guys, in today's culture, if you get married to a woman, your sex life is going to pretty much go down the hill. I'm just telling you the truth, guys. You know, all of that stuff stops once you get married. Like, I'm just being honest. All of that. That's why I teach on polygyny. You know what I'm saying? That's why a man is supposed to have more than one woman or deal with more than one woman, because once you get married, women turn into nuns. Before marriage, they'll be dressing up, styling up, hair done, makeup, perfume. But once you get married, they stop all of that stuff. They stop all of that stuff, guys, and you won't be getting none because when they mad, they hold off the buns. That's just the way it is, guys. So marry at your own risk.
And women, you have to stop giving children to men who cannot create a safe place for your femininity to thrive.
Nowhere in the Bible did it say that a man is supposed to do X, Y, and Z for your femininity to thrive. Listen, ladies, she's giving you bad advice. This is horrible advice because it's all one-sided. It's basically saying a man got to do all of these things first. She's literally telling you, ladies, not to give a man children unless he give you X, Y, and Z. When if the truth be told, women are out there being sexually promiscuous right now. You understand? They're sleeping around. They're going on girls' trips, hot girls' summer, living their best life now. They're doing a heck of a lot of sleeping around right now. You understand? They're not saving themselves for no marriage. They're not doing none of those things. And babies are being born every single day. And these babies are not being born from a marriage. They're being born from one-night stands. They're being born from girls' trips and summer trips and this and that. That's where they're being born from.
Need all my ladies to comment below and say, I know my birthright. Come on, come on, come on. Comment below and say, I know my birthright.
None of those ladies have a birthright, and they're being led astray. And the sad thing about this is a lot of you ladies, you're going to be this time next year with no man. And it's going to be frustrating for you.
You can't trick me out of it. You can't destiny swap with me. You can't convince me. No, no, no. I know what I was created to do.
She says she know what she was created to do, but she haven't even done that yet. Again, she's not married. She haven't had any babies. She's probably in her early or mid 30s. You know what I'm saying? Most likely in her mid 30s. And yet, or even in her late 30s, because you know how women lie all the time. And never had no kids. So how could you tell these women anything if you never had no kids?
And I'm not asking for your help when it's time to do my part. So I need you to pull your weight and be a man and stop being weak.
You see that? Stop being weak. So now she's using what Kevin Samuels would call shame, guilt, insults, and the need to be right.
Any man who is jealous of a woman's birthright, he is feminine and sassy.
Why would you call a man feminine and sassy? That don't make no sense, guys. She's literally calling you brothers feminine and sassy if you don't want to pull your weight. That's what she's basically saying to you right now, guys. And it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And this is what happens when you listen to women. I ain't saying that if a woman is cohabitating with you, that she can't give you any suggestions, or like you say, hey, babe, what do you think about this business opportunity here? You think I should go with that? Oh, yeah, I think it'll be great. I mean, you know, it looks good. All right, cool, cool, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking about men that are being led by their woman. Their woman literally run the show. That's a problem. When you're a man and your woman is literally leading you, that's crazy. And with this 50-50 thing, it's one of them things where we got to really get over this. We live in a time right now where 2 is better than 1. If a man is making money and a woman making money, y'all can do a heck of a lot more. But I have a question for you ladies. Let's say you met up with a guy and he's making $90,000 a year. You are making $120,000 a year, right? He want to get married. He want to settle down, have some kids. He's telling you, hey, I'm going to be the provider and the protector. Now, again, you make $120K. He makes 90. He want to be the sole provider. He need for you to be a stay-at-home mom. With a show of a 1, how many of you ladies are going to leave your $120K job to go be a housewife, a stay-at-home mom? He makes $90K a year. How many of you ladies are leaving your $120K job to go do that? Put a 1 if that's you. I'm telling you guys, this right here is going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Because women are not leaving their job. $120K you making a year, you already got a nice house, cars, all of that type of stuff. You're going to leave that to go get with him so he could be the sole provider? You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that, guys. You know? You're not going to do that. Not in today's day. All the women that might say, yeah, I'll do that, they're lying. The reason why I know you're lying is because you know good and well women live by security. And if there's no security blanket in place, you're not doing it. You're not going to leave your $120K job to get with a man, and you're going to lose your job making $120K to get with a man that's making $90K and he's the sole provider, and then something happened in a relationship and then you're stuck with nothing. You're never going to do that. It is all cap. They're not going to do that. They're just saying that for the cameras. They're just saying that for the social media. Women are never leaving their jobs. You know? And here's another thing, guys. The women that say they would are pushing 50 or over 50. They're not in their 20s. You're not going to see no woman in her 20s talking about, oh, yeah, I'll definitely leave my career and my job to go be a stay-at-home mom. It's normally women that are way up there in their age. They're already done tired of working, so they don't mind doing it. I'm just being honest with you guys. Any woman that you see saying they'll stay home and just take care of the kids and whatever, they're way up there. They're in their late 40s, in their 50s, probably 60 years old. They would say they would do that because at their age, why not? Who wants to continue going to work? You understand what I'm saying? But a young 20-year-old, 30-year-old, she's not doing that. 30-year-old woman is not doing that. You know? Regardless what age, doesn't matter. You ladies are not doing that. It's all cap. Because if that's the case, you would do it right now. How many of you ladies are giving up your job right now? You waiting for a man to come? Just give up your job right now. Give up your job right now. Create a social media profile and tell the men, hey, I just gave up my job. I'm a feminine woman and I'm just waiting to be a wife. I promise you, you would be broke and you'll be sitting there this time next year. Serious. Absolutely crazy stuff, guys. Let me see. Probably unless they're forced out of their jobs. Okay. Somebody said, I don't trust no one else with my kids but me. This is why the whole game is all messed up right now. You know what I'm saying? The 50-50 thing is a debate that a lot of women, they hate the idea of that because, again, they don't want to do nothing in the relationship. They don't want to give nothing. They're selfish. They don't know how to work together. You know how to go to the job to be a team player, but when it comes to the marriage, you don't know how to work together. And that's the sad thing about this, guys, is that at home, they can't work together. But when they go to the workplace, you know how to work with your coworkers. Why is that? You know how to get along at work, but when it comes to dealing with your man, you find it difficult to do what you need to do.
The reason 50-50 is a dumb idea is because I can't split labor pains with you.
It's never a dumb idea for a man and a woman to be bringing their resources together to sustain the family. That's never a bad idea. How is that a bad idea? She's teaching women to be selfish because the majority of women that are listening to her, they got 9-to-5s. So if you got 9-to-5s and you really wanted a breadwinner who's a protector and provider, quit your job. Quit your job and wait on the Lord to send you this provider. You ain't going to do it. You would never do it.
I got to let the doctor cut me open, split me open. I got to go through all that traumatic experience by myself.
You're supposed to. That was your judgment for sin.
I can't tell that man, you know what? You lay on this table and you let the doctor cut you open. Or you push. Open both of your legs and I want you to push.
Where is he pushing the baby out? That's the thing that's perverted. Are you saying that he's pushing the baby out his butt? Like that whole thing is perverted, guys. Like totally messed up.
Don't stop pushing. You know what that man gonna tell me? You were created to give life. God created your vessel.
But woman, you're probably in your mid-30s, pushing 40, and you still ain't give no life. The longer you wait to give life, the less likely you're going to give life.
To nurture. So if God created me to give life, what did he create you to do? Provide and protect.
Provide and protect. Man, women love overusing that word provide and protect, but yet they don't allow you to be the provider. They still make their own money. Where do your money go? Imagine if a man got with this particular woman. Is she going to give up all her success in order for that man to be the provider?
So because I know my birthright, I'm not going to allow a man to destiny swap with me. I'm not going to allow a man to live a soft, feminine life. That is my birthright. Your birthright is to be a leader, a ruler, a protector, a provider. And when you are those things, I will submit to you.
That's so bad, man. When you do those things is when she'll show you respect, guys. She don't respect you guys. She don't respect no man. She only respect money and resources, which mean as long as a man got a certain status of wealth, she'll respect him, give him some box, do whatever he want. And it's all motivated by money. But if you were broke, she wouldn't even give you the time of day.
I will respect you. I will honor you.
No, she won't.
I will value your opinion.
She won't value none of your opinions or anything you got to say, guys.
I will listen to you.
Wow.
But you can't get my respect trying to be in my pockets.
You see? Be in my pockets. So her money belongs to her. You're not sharing anything. She believes that's all hers. And this is why a lot of times celebrities, they'll get married having prenups and all this other stuff. I think that's weird.
Because I'm going to pull my weight. I'm not going to ask for help when it's time for labor and delivery. I'm going to do what I got to do to push your seed in the earth, to keep your last name living for generations to come. I'm going to do my part. So I want to ask you as a man, are you going to do your part? Are you going to provide, protect, or lead? Because if you can't do that, you can't access a woman like me. And women, you have to stop giving children to men who cannot create a safe place for your femininity to thrive. I need all my ladies to comment below and say, I know my birthright. Come on, come on, come on. Comment below and say, I know my birthright. You can't trick me out of it. You can't destiny swap with me. You can't convince me. No, no, no. I know what I was created to do. And I'm not asking for your help when it's time to do my part. So I need you to pull your weight and be a man and stop being weak. Any man who is jealous of a woman's birthright, he is feminine and sassy.
Shame, guilt, insult, and it needs to be right.
It's funny because it's true. God damn it.
That's crazy. So, guys, we're going to get up on out of here. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. RingoTV reactions. Man. My final thoughts on the situation here, guys, is in order for men and women to really build with each other, you got to put aside all of this pride and arrogance when it comes to dating in terms of money and who got what. If you got more resources and you got a heck of a lot of money and you come together with a brother and he might be working at Target, if you can't work with that man, you don't respect him because of where he is. He could be a good brother, make a good father and everything, but because you're making a heck of a lot of money, you're judging him based off of that. And that's what's so sick about society, because us brothers, we don't do that to you ladies. I could be a multi-millionaire, walk into Target to go buy something, see a sister at the register, and because her vibe is right and she greet me with open arms and taking my order and everything is good, a brother will vibe with her regardless where she work. We don't do those type of things. We're not superficial. We don't focus on a woman's money. We don't do that. You know, we want to deal with a woman. But it's like with you ladies, man, y'all be tripping. Y'all be on some other frequency. And it seems like the more money a woman make, the less likely she could be a wife. You know, it's like, it's just never going to work. So I don't know, man, you would have to humble yourself and really get with a man and do what you got to do. But your money is going to hold you back. You know, the 50-50 thing is not a problem. We need each other to survive in today's day, you know, and it's only these influencers that are telling you ladies this. Go ask your grandmother how they were able to survive. Go ask your great grandmother how they were able to survive. She'll tell you, y'all had to work together. You know? It was none of this nonsense about, oh, I'll just do, you know, that man do everything by himself. Now, of course, you had a lot of guys that worked and such and such and such. But once the feminist movement came in, they told you ladies to go out and get a job and an education because you can't depend on no man. They put that battery in your back. There was a time when women were submissive to their husband and did what they had to do. Took care of the kids. Today's kids are not even being raised anymore. They don't even spend time with nobody. You know? So at the end of the day, guys, you ladies have to really get it together when it comes to, you know, getting with a quality man. You have a lot of brothers out there on a 9-to-5 grind. They work every single day, doing a good daily work. And a lot of times y'all listen to these influencers and they're influencing you to remain single. It's either you're listening to that woman or you're listening to Miss Sprinkle telling you a bunch of garbage about find a provider male. That's all they seem to focus on. And it's sick. You know, watch who's influencing you. So we're going to get up on out of here, guys. Right? Shout out to all the fathers out there. All the fathers, guys. Shout out to all the fathers. You know we don't get no love. You know that already. You know, a lot of times people say Happy Father's Day and stuff like that. To me, it's just like, you know, ain't really anything because, again, us men, we don't really get no love. You know what I'm saying? So when we hear stuff like that, I'm just being honest, I don't even care because we really don't get no love. It's not like when it's Mother's Day. Mothers, they get everything. You know what I'm saying? When it's Father's Day, we really get no love. It's like on Father's Day, we get we get fake love. It's like a fake thing. Like people will contact you out of the blue. Hey, such and such. Man, come on. And I know a lot of you guys out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's like it's all fake at the end of the day. For real. So, guys, we're going to get up on out of here. Rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody stopping by. It is what it is. Let's get these likes up to 200, guys. We got 180 in the building. We got 193 likes. Let's get it to 200. What say you? Let's get it to 200. 200 likes. Right? Let's get it to 200 likes. I don't know. I'll play my music video before we can get there. I'll do that. Let's go into my music video. Let's go.
Help me, please. Help me. Help me. Somebody, please. Help me. In a world.
Test me.
that you fall down, now that you fall down, hold me tightly, yeah. Hold me tightly, yeah. Hold me tightly, yeah. I'm all alone. I'm all alone in a world. They don't like how I'm talking. They don't like how I'm walking. They don't like how I'm dreaming. They only try to hold me down. They don't like when I bring the truth. They don't like when I show the proof. They don't like that I'm living. They wanna see me underground. Oh, oh.
Ringo TV.
Okay, guys, we're gonna get up on out of here. Ringo TV reactions. Appreciate everybody stopping by, rocking with the platform. And it is what it is, guys. It is what it is, man. So we're gonna get up on out of here, man. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat, everybody in the building.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
oh yeah. Money.
We'll be
power,
back later on
money in my pocket.
with more
pocket.
content. Ringo TV.
Lights on now. Yeah. Money, making money. Niggas be looking at me, rolling on the block. Man, I'm
Getting paper, rolling. Looking at me, I'm looking so fly.
All of these niggas, they looking at me, man.
Wishing to die. Chilling in my car, man, I'm getting paper. All of these bitches out here, man, they want this nigga.
Figure, rolling. Niggas be holding out.
Don't wanna give a nigga his flowers. I'm a boss.
See me flexing on the road. Window down, top down, shades on, blinged out,
Ringed out, designer on.
nigga looking fly. How could you hate on a nigga that be doing well? Mad niggas, they up in jail. Niggas mad because I'm doing well. All time and I'm smelling good. Niggas out here up in the hood. All day I'm popping.
Bodies, they dropping.
BK, I'm rapping. Niggas out here half stepping. Niggas talking, they bitching up. Online, they trolling. Lights on.
Drip where people stare. Everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah, I'm rolling in the top, chilling in the drop. Making money, man, I'm doing this non-stop.
Rolling. Ha ha, I'm on top now.
BK, I'm rapping. Niggas out here half stepping.
Speeding through the night, yeah, window fly. Roll the windows down, make the music play. Rolling through the hood with the top down. Making money, making that sound pop. Oh,
Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at?
where all the ladies at?
Going up and I be flipping in. Came out and I be ripping in. Ripping down that top down. Rolling with my windows down. Spinning rims. Rolling out. Lights on.
We out of here, y'all. Y'all take care.
Dressing up. J's on. Looking
Peace
good.
and blessings.
Rolling.
We out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw.